Hey, Shalom Makim. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rachel Kodash, the bonds, the apostles, Elegant Millstone, hopefully like Tisra and 30, Brother Chayabu. Hey man, I'm gonna get straight right into it. So, this was going on news break real quick, and then I came across this article. It says, plastic is now falling from the skies in the most remote place on Earth. Yeah, most remote place, meaning, basically the most, let's go ahead and get that definition for better, yeah, it says remote adjective, situated far from the main centers of population, distant. Yeah, so it's basically the farthest place from, mankind, from, and from, these many inventions, like, factories or whatever. Yeah, so let's get into this article. It says, tiny particles of plastic have been found in freshly fallen Antarctic snow for the first time, according to researchers at New Zealand's University of Canterbury. It says the researchers took 19 samples of snow from different sites along the Ross Ice Shelf, the largest ice shelf in Antarctica, and found microplastic in every single sample taken. And then read this real quick. It says the findings published in the science journal, the Cryosphere, represent a serious threat to the Antarctic. Not only do plastics limit growth, reproduction, and general biological functions of organisms. On a wider scale, the presence of microplastic particles in the air has the potential to influence the climate by accelerating melting of snow and ice. Yes, the point is, man, even, we know the world is polluted, with many things like, like a whole bunch of chemical gases are, in the air. This dude be literally on purpose spraying, these things into the air. Different type of metals and all that, to further pollute the planet, to get people sick or whatever. I'm not going to say the word, but that term is, because, But yeah, anyways, and what? One of the main biggest pollutants, man, on planet Earth is plastic. This thing's all everywhere, in the oceans, polluting cities, polluting islands, man. There's trash islands, filled with plastic now. So plastics, man, one of the biggest, man. It's common sense, man. Plastic's one of the biggest pollutants on planet Earth. So to read this real quick before you bring down scripture, it says, while it is hard to imagine how plastic has managed to reach Antarctica, microplastics have been found almost everywhere else. Yeah, because, this dude produces so much plastic per year, so many, millions of pounds, millions of tons of plastic, man. This dude be polluting, man, that it's literally, gone around the whole earth, including the parts that, are very remote, very distant from, what they call human, what's the word? I think human activity or whatever. Which really, man, it's Edomite activity, man. It's Esau activity. Whenever you see, it's because of human pollution or whatever, human activity. Nah, man, it's Esau activity, man, because Esau is the one who's, building these factories that create plastic, building these factories that pollute the earth, release millions of pounds of smoke into the air each year, or air, like poisonous air, like what, CO2 or whatever. Well, so much CO2 is, well, not to get on into all that, but these cars and stuff, release diesel, burn diesel, it's polluting the earth, whatever. So, hey, whenever you see, human activity is the cause of the earth being polluted, nah, man, you gotta replace that the word human, with the word Esau or Edomite activity, man, because that's what's causing the pollution on, the planet Earth. So let's go to Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Exactly, man. So whenever the wicked are in rulership, you see people mourning, man, out here. People getting sick. And the ones who are mourning the most are the Israelites. But hey, all people are mourning, because this devil's in rulership. Just hey, man, you can just go, to some beaches, man, and then some beaches are so polluted, man, with plastic and trash. Hey, it's not really even a beach anymore. Somewhere you can just go to relax. That shit's, stinky now and just polluted. The food's tainted. Like I said, people are getting sick, man. There's a whole bunch of, killing going around. Because this dude, a wicked, unbalanced ruler, is in rulership. And that's Esau, man. He's unbalanced, mischievous, wicked ruler. So let's keep on reading the article. It says, microplastics have been found in the food we eat and the water we drink. Yeah, why is that? All these studies have gone around, proving that microplastics, that the common person, or, everyone, man, contains microplastics within themselves. So countless studies, man, have gone out. But what is this devil doing, man? What is, the so-called white man? If you don't already know, Esau is the so-called white man. So, all these various studies have gone out that, plastic has polluted basically everybody, man. But what is this dude trying to do to, stop that, prevent that, if he really cared, if he really cared, man, he would stop making plastic, because, he sees that it's polluting the earth. He literally manufactures food to be in, food and water to be encased by, these plastic containers. Hey, the plastic, pollutes, pollutes the water and the food, man. Because when you leave water and food sitting in a plastic container, eventually, the microplastics, start to become into the food, be a part of the food. Especially when plastic gets hot, like where you leave some water in the car, a water bottle in the car, man, and it's really hot. Hey, a little bit of plastic is gonna dissolve into that water. So it says microplastics have been found in the food we eat and the water we drink, in the deepest depths of the ocean and floating in the air. The feces of babies and adults, yeah, because, hey, a lot of mothers and, parents, feed their babies with plastic baby bottles, whatever. Warming up formula or whatever, or hot milk in the microwave, in a plastic bottle, and that's doing a whole bunch of damage, man. Completely further making the baby food, the baby milk, toxic. So it says in a recent study, so let me read it again. It says microplastics have been found in the food we eat and the water we drink, in the deepest depths of the ocean, and floating in the air, in the feces of babies and adults, and in a recent study running through our veins and human blood. So it's literally, this microplastic, man, is in our blood. That shows you how much plastic, man, this dude incorporates into this life we're living, really, which really is death we're living, man. So I got an article, or not an article, just quick Google search. It says, I looked up how much plastic is produced each year. It says we produce I hate when Esau says we, because really it's this devil who's producing me, because hey, man, Jake, the common person doesn't have access, or the okay to set forth plastic being produced. The common person doesn't own these factories of plastic, or these factories or whatever that produce plastic or any other pollutant. Nah, it's just Edomite, man. So you should really put Esau produces, or whatever. So it says we produce, which really says Esau produces 300 million tons of plastic each year worldwide, half of which is for single-use items. That's nearly equivalent to the weight of the entire human population. So that goes to show you how much plastic, man, is produced each year. 300 million tons, man. That's about what? I believe that would be what, 3 trillion in pounds, or 300 billion in pounds. But that's a lot of weight, man, of plastic. Let's look up how many tons of plastic are dumped in our oceans every year. At least 14 million tons of plastic end up in the ocean every year. So let's go ahead and get another scripture. It says, Proverbs 30:21, for 3 things the earth is disquieted, and for 4 which it cannot bear. Let's go into the word disquieted. It's the word, Hebrew word regaz. It says, tremble, quake, rage, quiver, agitated, be excited, be perturbed. It's like if I said it wrong. Says the quake, so literally to be disturbed. The earth is in a disturbed, bad state, because Esau's ruling. It says what, verse 22, for a servant when he reigneth, and a fool when he is filled with meat. And really this devil, he's the basis of all men. Really, at the end of the day, man, Esau is just a servant, but what the Lord gave power onto this dude, because first, Lord, Isaiah gave him the blessing that, he will basically be ruling for a certain period of time. He'll have the blessing of the sword. But what, there was a point in time when, we were ruling, but what, we start becoming disobedient to our power, Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. And that's when the Lord gave power onto, this devil to take over us. That's why, we got put in slave ships. That's why, he came to the Americas, slaughtered the Native Americans, Latinos that are already dwelling here. Exactly why. But the point is, this Edomite is a devil, man. But he's really a servant, man, at the end of the day. And it says, and a fool when he is filled with meat. Yeah, basically, man, when like, what happens when you give a child too much power, man? You give a fool too much power, man, that he never really... Basically paraphrasing, man, it really shouldn't be in his hands, to have this much power, So what happens when you give a child, over to, care for a house, let's say. Hey, it's not gonna end well, the child is gonna do whatever he wants, he's not gonna have no order, about how he runs things. He's not really gonna have a conscience and, to decide what's good or bad, which really this Edomite, man, he knows what's good and bad, for the most part, but what he chooses to do the bad as it benefits him the most. And really, the Lord, at the end of the day, man, the Lord created us to be wicked and to do evil. So seeing this devil doing good, man, it wasn't set up for him to do good. And if he does do good, trust me, he's doing it for evil. He's really doing it, making it look like he's doing good for, evil purpose at the end of the day. That's a scripture in Sirach. I believe it's let's go to Sirach. I believe it's well, I can't really find it right now, but yeah, to stay on point. Well, I'm kind of going a little bit off topic, but hey, man, point is this planet is in complete complete downcline or decline because this devil is in rulership. A child is in rulership, man. Because at the end of the day, man, Esau's just a little child, man. He doesn't know how to rule things. He got no order. He's very prideful. He's very unknowing. Which, hey, he knows things at the end of the day, but he doesn't really truly understand what's going to happen to him, for doing all this stuff towards the earth and towards the Israelites, So let's go back to the article. It says, enormous amounts of plastic is dumped into the environment each year, and researchers estimate plastic waste could more than double in the next 20 years from 188 million tons in 2016 to 380 million tons in 2040, which, man, us brothers, man, we believe that the Lord can come way before 2040, man. Hey, man, at this point, I won't be surprised, man, that the Lord comes back. Because at the end of the day, man, us brothers are hoping, man, that the Lord comes back, well, as soon as possible, man. If he can come back this year. And, we're at the end times, man. We're seeing all these prophecies being fulfilled, and that final ultimate prophecy taking its place was what? That MOB, which is the RFID CHIP, man. The mark of the you-know-what, which is written in Revelation 13 and 16. We're seeing that come into play hey, what does that mean? We're seeing this ultimate prophecy come into pass, so once that happens, man, that means that the return of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai is near, because that's when the Lord's going to decide to come back. So, hey, it could most likely be next year. Hey, that's the patience of the saints. This is what we're waiting for. So it says, and yeah, let me just skip to the point. It says, she added, Olga Pantos, scientist of New Zealand's Institute of Environmental Science. It says, she added, it's really impossible. It really is impossible for any organism to avoid the impacts of human activity. Similar to the way that all environments and organisms are impacted by human-driven climate change. And again, man, replace that word human, man, for Esau, Edomite activity, and it makes a lot more sense. Because, hey, before this devil was in rulership, man, the earth was more, peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Like, life was more, linear, for lack of better words. Life was more, less, technology and everything so fast, like factories being produced, these cars which are polluting the earth. Food is being tainted. Before this devil came into rulership, man, the earth was a lot more peaceful. But as soon as this devil came into rulership, and one of the biggest points of the earth declining was when the Industrial Revolution started. And this devil, this Edomite man, so-called white man, he's the one who brought that to come about. So, really, man, it's wrong to say human activity, because really it's this Edomite devil who caused all this to come. And then what he does is, he basically puts these wicked things he created so that the common person will use these things. He basically sets up the society to be. He sets up the society in a way so that it can be these wicked things can be used. So let's get another scripture real quick. It says, Sirach 10:1, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what a wise judge is going to do, judge his, instruct his people and to, go on the right path. But a wicked, devilish judge, man, is going to deceive his people. He's going to put up lies and propaganda and all of that so he can be benefited. So it goes on to say, a wise and an unwise king destroyeth his people, but the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Yeah, so right here it says, an an unwise king destroyeth his people. So that goes to show you, man, that this devil, this Edomite, man, he's really unwise. He's truly an unwise ruler. Because again, all these studies are going forth to seeing how all these inventions and all of these things, he uses every day that's polluting the earth. It's really destroying the people, man. And he sees that, but really, he loves it at the end of the day. Because, he's trying to bring down the population of 500 million. He's really trying to depopulate the earth. We know that he wants to put GMOs in these food, and he wants everyone to be sick so they can get on these medications and all that. And so that the pharmaceutical industry could, prosper. Being able to sell more of their products. So yeah, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Yeah, and look at King Solomon. He was a wise judge. He was a wise king. He was a righteous king. And you see how the whole earth was benefited because of that. The whole earth was prospering because a righteous ruler was in rulership. A wise king was in rulership. And to be wise and righteous, you need to have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of Yahweh B'Shem Yashai, the scriptures. So it says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over one. He will set over it one that's profitable. Exactly. And one that's profitable, that we is Yahweh Shai, man, because the Lord's gonna send Yahweh Shai, which is the Son of the Most High. The true name, Yahweh Shai, that's the Son's true name. The Most High. He's going to send Yahweh Shai, man, take down this devil. And he's going to put his people in rulership. The Israelites back in rulership. And those are going to be Yahweh Shai, man, and the Israelites are going to be the ones who are, profitable. This devil, man, is unprofitable, man. There's going to be a righteous rulership. The Lord, under Yahweh Shai, there's going to be King David. Then there's going to be the 12. Then there's going to be the 144,000. Under that, the elect, the rest of the elect men. And then, under that, you're just going to have the common Israelites. So, yeah, not to go off topic. Let's see, well, let's go ahead and get Mark 13 and 20. It says, and except that the Lord has shortened those days, no flesh shall be saved, but for the elect's sake, whom he has chosen, he has shortened the days. Yeah, so in these current times, remember, we're in, if the Lord didn't shorten these days, man, if the Lord didn't decide to come back and to save his people, the elect of the nation of Israel, then, we will eventually, man, we will all perish. Because, we see where this society, man, is heading. We see where this devil wants to go, with life. So, yeah, again, that's why, these days seem like they're getting shorter and shorter. Days are moving by quicker and faster. Because the Lord's showing these days, man, for the elect's sake. So exactly, man. I think that's really the point I want to bring out. Yeah, I think that's really the point, man. The earth is polluted, man, because of this Edomite, man, because of Esau. with him releasing all these things that are causing pollution on the earth. He knows it very well, but he's not doing nothing about it, you know. He makes a lot of money, and he saves a lot of money just by making a lot of products and containers, plastic. You know, a lot of items are plastic instead of glass or wood or, you know, metal or whatever, because plastic is cheaper, but well, plastic is very harmful, man. But hey, this dude don't care, man. All he cares about is money. You know, money, control. Hey, and doing evil, man, at the end of the day. Because Lord set this dude up to be wicked, man. He's the physical counterpart of Satan. You know, you can't forget that. So, hey. Yeah, I just want to bring that out real quick, man. The one really brothers out there edified. Yahweh Bashim Yashai, Brakathum, Shalom.